Today I want to tell you something about non-verbal communication. And just as verbal communication, non-verbal communication is a really important part of your presentation. And non-verbal communication exists of everything you can see. So it's my posture, my gestures, but also my facial expression, for example, if I make eye contact with you or not, or for example the position in the room, so where am I standing. And the most important part is that your non-verbal communication is congruent or is in line with your verbal communication. For example, if you have a news anchor who is giving really bad news and she's smiling all the time, the message won't come across because she is showing two different things at the same time. She's happy, but she's giving bad news. That's weird. So one thing to find out how your non-verbal communication is, and one way to get aware of your own non-verbal communication, is by a small reflection exercise. And you need somebody else to do this, and you just ask this person to put his or her fingers in their ears and just look at you when you are giving a small presentation, for example about last weekend. And just ask them to give back what feeling they got from your presentation. And you can check for yourself, is that in line with what I was saying? So if somebody says, oh, it sounded like, or it looked like you really had a great weekend, but you were telling about a really dull weekend, then something isn't congruent. And the two messages you're sending are not in line with each other. And your message won't get across in the end. So it's good to be aware of your own non-verbal communication. Another exercise you can do, and I do this always before I start a presentation, is to loosen your facial expression. Because most of the time your audience is looking at your face. And it's way more interesting to look at somebody's face and see that there's something happening. Somebody is smiling, you can see that the eyes are really in contact with you. So you can loosen your facial expression, and you can see that over here. I know it looks a bit silly, by just stretching every muscle in your face. And when you do that, the muscles get activated. You will feel it when you've done this for a couple of minutes. You will feel it as well. And naturally, your facial expression will become a bit more vibrant, and it's way more interesting to look at you. So the most important part I wanted to teach you on non-verbal communication is that it has to be in line with your verbal communication. Check it. Make sure that your non-verbal communication is in line with your verbal communication. Good luck.